Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video, and speed battle is a thing again. It's been a couple months since we got the last one, but they did include a new Inferno difficulty, which I'll be doing its own video on probably tomorrow, because it actually is quite difficult, because of the limited number of units you can use and the missions that are attached to it, and he has like double the health of what Extreme has. So it's going to get its own video, because there's only a few teams that I found that actually works. But today we're going to go into Extreme, the next lower difficulty. So there's quite a big jump in EP, right? 348 to 462. And that's because Carrion in this fight only has 116k health, 5.6k defense. But like Inferno has over double the amount of HP and over double the attack and defense, so that's why it gets its own video. So Extreme is for the players who can probably clear it while probably not having the power to clear Inferno, and to which that is totally, completely, 100% fine, because you still get the crystals from these missions, you still get crystals from completing the stage itself, so there's no harm in you doing this and then going into the shop and, you know, buying what you need, the necessary things, what I would consider necessary things out of here, and, you know, taking your time. Yes, Inferno will make it easier because there's difficult missions that give more crystals, and, you know, it probably gives out more per stage, but you are not forced to do Inferno to get these rewards, right? You can farm the lower stages that, as whatever difficulty you can do, get the 5-star shard, get the platinum gold hammers, get the EX rocks, get the rainbow rocks, and you don't have to clear this thing out, right? Only buy what is absolutely necessary for your box, and then you don't have to feel bad about not being able to clear Inferno when you started playing like a month ago, and you don't have half the units that can be, you know, worked here. So don't worry about it. But let's take a look at the missions. I have already cleared a few of them, so I'll try to remember them off the top of my head. So you do have to clear with everyone alive 3 times, which I've done once. You need a full hand of each type of orb, so we've done the green hand, we need to do a blue and orange hand. We need to have at least 4 magic characters in a battle slot, and 4 physical characters in a battle slot. That's a mission that I already cleared. You need to clear with at least 2 units that have an initial rarity of 4-star or less, so like free-to-play units from previous metas that are not like EX metas, because those are 5 stars now, or 3 stars or 3-star units, 4-star units, and then clear it in 4 turns or less, which may or may not be difficult. So this is the first team we're going to take in. We've got the free-to-play 5-star Xion. We've got Guy, who is a premium unit, but most people who were playing when he came out should have summoned on him. We've got free-to-play Benimaru and free-to-play Geld, because they are both 4-star units, and they're both getting an EP buff, because they are listed for Tempest Elite, 10 Great Demon Lords, or Octagram Force, and they get extra buffs. So if we click onto them, we can see that a good amount of characters get that buff. We have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 free-to-play meta units that get the EP buff. Now, if you have them, is a different story, but 6 of them is good. And then the roster of units overall is really good. Benimarus, Millums, Shunas, Xions. You got some weird outliers like Clayman in here. A bunch of Diablos, though, Dinos. So it's not like the pool is terrible. It's just that, do you have units that can actually do it, is the better question. So this is what we're going to use the first time. We're going to go for a couple missions, actually. So we've got 4 physical characters with Xion, Guy, Benimaru, and Millum, so that's 1 mission done. We've got 2 4-star units, so that's 2 missions done. We're going to get a full hand of orange from Hakuro, who's an older protector, instead of Toa, because she's newer. So that's 3 missions done. And then we also have, 1, 2, 3, 4 blue orb changers, so that'll be 5 missions done to try and get a full hand of blues, alongside the full hand of oranges. And then we'll, obviously try and clear it. Now, he does have some nuance, because every turn he gives himself something new. So turn 1, he has permanent magic resistance, which makes things a little bit difficult if you only have magic characters. Turn 2, he has 100% pierce resistance, so you don't want to pierce. Turn 3, he has just the magic resistance again. Turn 4, he has crit resistance, and that is definitely big. And then turn 5, he has 100% guard. So your normal attacks will do much, much less damage on turn 5. So, well, I mean, it's not the worst hand in the world, but we also can't do anything about it. So I think we're just going to send, I think we'll send these. Alright, we'll send these these 3 oranges, and yeah, okay, yeah, he's quite a bit easier. Alright, perfect. Because we should have, oh, we don't have enough, damn it. Damn it. Okay, well, unfortunate, but it is what it is. So let's use the Xion Orb Change here, and then we'll just use these 6 blues. So that's 1 mission done, right? It's full hand of blues. See, we pierced there, we did 1 damage. So he has the 100% pierce resistance right now, but it is going away next turn. Oh, okay, that's pretty lucky right there. So we have, what, two guy orbs? So we could just do this, right? We could do that. But I think what we'll actually end up doing is we'll do this. So we'll do the single orb change here, and then we'll bring Geld in, and then we will convert with him, and then we'll give them all away to Guy, because he should have the highest attack stat. Perfect. Alright, and yes, we have a lot of Hakuro gauge, which we could technically use here and help get more ult, because they're all Guy orbs now, so we will do that. Alright, perfect. And yeah, alright, there's the EX ult. Perfect. And we don't even need it, so we could probably nuke now and he would die. We only have, you know, the major big-time buff, but now is not the time to nuke, because now Carrion has the 100% crit resistance. And what does Guy do on his buff? He gives himself crit. So we would nerf our own damage if we were to do that. So we don't really want to do that. So we're just going to use some extra crit damage here, and we're just going to chill. And yeah, we're just going to chill. We'll just send these, and then we'll kill him next turn, even without the crit. Which actually, you know, maybe we could have killed him with the buff. I didn't want to test it out because it's our first attempt, but let's go ahead and we've used the alt buff and the guarantee crits. We've got 1 stack of crit damage, which will now get 2 stacks, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Get out of here. 100k. Perfect. So there's like 5 missions done right there with, you know, 3 free-to-play units technically, and 1 summonable premium. But let's move on to another team now. Okay, I realized that we didn't actually send a full 6 hand of oranges because we kept changing it to blues. Oh well, you know, you understand the concept of that team. You can definitely, you know, not use the giveaway, or I could have used probably double Hakuro there, and we would have been just fine, because we only have 1 big-time buff on the team, so I'm not going to redo it again for a full 6 oranges. You understand what to do. But now let's move on to the next team, which will make a magic team. Alright, next up we're going to have a green-focused team. We're going to bring Water Chloe, Old Protector, Water 1.0 of February 22, I think? So she changes oranges to greens, and also raises our skill cap by 40, and gives us 40% ult damage, so that's cool. We're going to bring Dark Milim and Dark Rimuru. They're both magic units. Milim is going to overwrite the 40% ult damage that Chloe gives with her 70. Also converts greens. Rimuru is going to give Milim the dark crit damage and crit rate. Valentine is here for additional orb changing and turn 1 points. She is our only physical unit, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 magic characters. No 4 stars, because surprisingly in the pool, not that I could see, there were no 4-star green orb changers. But we brought Ranga for the oranges just in case we don't have Chloe, and then Space Xion, because why not? Because I don't ever use her, and we might as well attempt to use it. And she was featured on a few banners, you know, recently, so you may or may not have her. But, you know, this should work the same way. It's still kind of a burst team. It's not really a stacking team. But this can definitely get us the full hand of greens in multiple ways. And again, we can't really crit on turn 4. So I think the next team we do will be more focused on doing that. So we have 4 Rimuru orbs. Okay. Man, if we had one more protector... no, we wouldn't have been able to do it. Let's just send... What do I want to do here? Let's send these Rimuru orbs. Let's do that. Alright, 2,900 damage, 32, alright. I can probably do something with that, though. Yes, I can. Okay, so let's do Milim's orb change here, and then we'll bring Ranga in for his orb change. This is exactly why we brought Ranga. If I wasn't bringing Lumi, and I needed another physical character, and if you have him, you could bring Grand Admiral Diablo from the Dark Meta as well, because he also changes oranges. But he's a physical unit, so that's what you have to keep in mind. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that gets us Rimuru's ult, so that's good. His AoE won't do the most damage, but it is still ult damage, so it'll help out. And then we can also use the Charm from Xion next turn to help continue to get Milim gauge. Ooh, that's not what I want to see. Okay, well, let's get you out of here for Lumi then. That's a bunch of blues there that I can't really do anything about. Let's just use the Charm. And let's use the Pierce, because why not? And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll hold on to this Chloe for next turn. Hopefully we have a lot of Milim orbs. Maybe I should have swapped Milim out. Probably a better idea. Yeah, because we only have one orb for her. Alright, there's the Charm. So hopefully, after sending this one orb and then the Charm, we'll still have a Milim ult. So we'll go ahead and use these 2 conversions here. And then we'll use Chloe to change that last orange. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead and send this. I don't know if we'll actually have enough points to use all the buffs. But we'll have 3 ults instead, so I guess that's better. Okay. So, yeah, this should, with this Charm, it'll get Milim's ult, so we'll still be looking good there. Perfect. Alright, and yeah, we have 93 points, so not quite enough to use everything. Let's go ahead and get you out of here. So I think what's best to do here is just to use the ult buff, because that'll affect everybody, because the crit damage is only going to affect Rimuru and Milim. But maybe we didn't need to, because we were already going to get 40% from Chloe. We'll see if this kills, and if it doesn't, then whatever. Alright, Valentine does 18, okay, he's dead. 18k, Rimuru 14.5, and then Milim's gonna clean up. 36.6. Alright, there we go. So, easy team, green-focused, old protector, older units. I know Milim and Rimuru haven't been on the most banners lately, so, but Valentine, Ranga, definitely been around. Xion's been featured on a few banners recently for EX metas, so let's move on. Alright, new team, another green-focused team. We've got Bride Shizu, very old unit. She's been on hundreds of banners, and she's in the general pool now. So is Rimuru, so is Leon, so is Daggerl, so is Xion. Fantasy Milim is here, because I just needed another unit to plug in here. Honestly, I need another physical unit to get the 4 physical characters done. You could put anybody here, really, realistically. You could put Gabru here for all I care, or Water Ranga. But we're going to run with this, because we're going to try and make Xion our, primary DPS unit. Even though Milim has a whole 1,000 more points of attack, but it is what it is. It's just that we cannot pierce on turn 2 now, because he has the guaranteed pierce resistance, but maybe we can kill on turn 4 then, since we're not going to be critting here. So that's what we'll try and do, is we'll get that turn 4 crit. Well... no, I don't think we can do anything about that quite yet. Did we get 4? No, we didn't. Unfortunate. Alright, let's just bring... you know what, let's just send these greens and we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray a little bit. So we can get a Daggerl hand next turn. Oh, perfect! Perfect. Okay, so Daggerl can come in for Rimuru. And then he can yoink all those orbs, lower the light resistance. So here, instead of, using Shizu, which we can't even do, and piercing, we're just going to send 6 Xions. And we're going to be all hunky-dory. And this will get her ult, and we'll be ready to go for a future turn. So yeah, we're doing 4.4k a hit. He's already almost down to half HP. Yeah, well, 2/3, give or take. But now, what we can do is we can just use a whole bunch of orbs to get our Pierce power stacked up nice and high. And my Xion is skill fused, so she does start out at a much higher Pierce rate than other units. So we can do this. We'll use the Pierce resistance down, and then we can use Shizu, since we're going to get another Shizu after sending all these greens. And then next turn we'll nuke with Xion, and that'll be the end of it. And that'll be very, very easy. And no other ult for anybody else. Oh, you were doing so much damage. Okay, yeah. EX, a lot easier to do than Inferno. So if you can't do Inferno, don't feel bad. EX is much easier by quite a few factors. Milim, you're going to come out of here. Let's use the Pierce buff and the light buff. And then we'll use Shizu again, and then Xion will just nuke his ass out of existence. And we'll send this just for funsies, even though Xion's going to one-shot him. Yeah, there you go. 89.6. Okay, yeah, there's another team. Let's try and make a full free-to-play team. Full 4-star team. Let's see if that works out. Alright, we're going to try this team. The new Rimuru, because most people should have summoned for him, and most people should pull him. That's speaking in very general terms. We've got free-to-play Benimaru, Frey, 4-star Light Milim, free-to-play Geld, and free-to-play Dark Xion. So 1, 2, 3, 4 meta characters and one just summonable 3-star or 4-star unit. But because most of them are getting the EP buff, we're actually looking really good on stats. So we're going to try and make Benimaru our primary damage dealer with Xion as our backup. No one's giving crit, so Xion's second skill is useless almost. But we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 orb changers and a stacking protector. So hopefully with these stats and the ult damage here, we can somehow nuke with like 3 units or 2 units and hopefully kill. I don't know if that's actually going to work. So this might take a bit. Okay, so that actually ended up being hilariously easy. I mean, we have no real damage support on the team. All we have are orb changers, and we're only banking on getting stacks of Rimuru, of which we didn't really get that many, because I think we only got 1. Maybe 2. But he just doesn't have a lot of health. Like 116k health is almost a nut tap in anywhere else when you're doing 3.1 million damage with Megamine, right? 116k, that's her normal orb, okay? So we're already doing a lot of damage with just a full 6 orb send for 2 turns worth, and he's already down a quarter HP. So realistically, I mean, this is a full free-to-play team minus the Protector, who is the most recent Protector that people will probably have. So this is not like a, oh, Joker, you're a whale kind of team. It's like, no. Yes, the units have, their gear done and they're level 120 because I've done Corridor. But, like, honestly, you can go much lower than this, and if you get luckier with stacks, you actually bring a damage support unit, because I'm intentionally nerfing myself and not having any support here. You will not have a difficult time. It's just that the orbs didn't really work out, so we used Geld's giveaway there to give Benimaru 5 to ensure that he can get an ult, and then next turn we just have to ensure that Xion can get her ult. That's kind of important. Thankfully, it kind of worked out, but again, like we only are going to have 2 stacks of ult damage, so 40% right there. And we could have brought Chloe, and we could have gotten that, plus full hands of greens if you really wanted to. We're going to swap Benimaru out, give ourselves maximum points here, and plus 2 Xion orbs will give us her ult. So we'll have 2 ults, 2 single target ults, both dark. Benimaru does lower defense on his skill, which I also use with Milim, but Benimaru is just a tad bit higher because it's maxed out. I think they're both like 10% defense downs or something like that. 15% for him, and also his own crit rate by 15%, of which we don't crit. So it's better than Milim's 7% defense, but I use it anyways because why not? And then we send 2 ults and these 3 Xion orbs, and we end up killing. Not only ults though, but with the 3 Xion orbs. So she does 23k. Benimaru does 21k. And then 1, 2, and the 3rd orb actually ends up killing him. So there's like a full 4-star, 3-star team with 1 summonable Protector and that was so incredibly difficult that it only took one try. So yeah, there is speed battle on the extreme difficulty, not difficult per se unless you're literally just starting the game like a week ago and you have none of the units that can be used, and then I'm sorry, but it's just not meant for you. Inferno is a much different story. We will cover that in probably tomorrow's video, because it's going to be here for a few days, so we don't need to do it all now. I just need to do that stupid orange hand mission, but we'll come back to that. So let me know what teams you guys used. If you guys beat Inferno already, put those teams in the comments as well so people can kind of get an idea. But that's it for me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.